My guy,
Yo,
what's Gucci?
poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin', what's good?
What's good? What's good? It's good to see you,
Yeah,
man.
you too, bro. You too. You see, I got the two albums. I mean, albums in the back.
So we about to get into that.
Of course. I'm waiting for it.
We
I'm
about
waiting
to get
for it.
into that. But yes, for all y'all watching, Jiggy Jones, JaJuan Malachi, the Black Journalist Collective. This is interview number 2 for the BJC. We got a big one right now. Heavy hitter in the building.
Man,
If y'all don't know him, y'all about to know him.
appreciate that. Appreciate that.
No doubt. No doubt. But yeah, what's up, Jiggy? I guess we could start off by, evaluating how your day was and all that.
Nah, for sure, for sure. First and foremost, big shout out to JaJuan Malachi. I mean, and the platform. Appreciate you having me, brother. Was good, everybody that's tapping in. Yeah, the day was smooth. But for a quick introduction, I am Jiggy Jones, multimedia journalist, storyteller, full-time hustler, full-time hustler. Yeah, like I said, big shout out to JaJuan for having me. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to, touch on these two guys right here, Kendrick and Drake, and the havoc that they wreaked over the weekend. That shit was crazy. But overall,
Back to back.
yeah, back to back. It was like Friday. I was bowling, then the homies like, yo, Drake drop. I'm like, oh. Then he was like, yo, Kendrick drop. I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, shit was crazy. Shit was crazy. But like you said, we're definitely gonna get into that. But as far as my day was smooth. I just got back from the city. I pulled up on one of the homies. He worked at Breakfast Club. So I went to IHER today just to, catch up with him, chop it up, check on him, see what's good, see what's going on. And then yeah, I'm just getting back home, getting back to Jersey. You know what I mean?
Word.
But
Shout
what
out
about
to big,
you, man?
big, big, big Jersey in the building.
Big Jersey, you feel me?
That
Newark, New Jersey.
the tri-state connection
That's a
on point right now.
that's a fact, man. Newark, New Jersey in the building, born and raised. The birthplace of Whitney Houston, feel me? Shaq, hometown of Michael B. Jordan. All legends, all legends. Jiggy Jones included, you heard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can't forget Queen Latifah,
Queen Latifah,
Redman.
Queen Latifah. Yeah, big queen, big queen. Shout out to Queen Latifah.
Yes, sir. So I guess to kick off the interview, when did you realize you wanted to commit to being a celebrity journalist? Like, what are the steps? Like, what were the conditions? What were like the life circumstances that kind of led to such a revelation? I feel like I had my own personal journey starting off in a certain place, in news in particular, traditional news, and then having to kind of work my way through and really get to the core and the nucleus of like what I want to do.
Yeah,
So I'm sure you had like a similar journey, a similar process.
yeah. My love for just entertainment, music, media, definitely started at a young age. I think the first time, like my parents always had Good Morning America on every single morning before, just going to school. So that was my first exposure to mass media, to one of the big four networks, that being ABC at the time. And just as far as like entertainment and music, I think like growing up, it was me and my older sister in the house. So we was in the crib and she had control of the TV, the radio, and at that time, it's like whatever she listened to, I listened to. Whatever she watched, I watched. So it was like she would play a lot of R&B, a lot of R&B. So that was my first exposure to R&B, first exposure to music. So I became just an R&B head off that. After that, I started my mother was like low key like my manager. She would book me to like sing at weddings and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm. Oh, you sing? You sing as well?
no, yeah, I dabble.
Come on, man, come on. You didn't tell me about that.
Listen. But that's just all part of the story of how I got here.
Mm,
So
mm,
I sung in front of a crowd, hundreds of people. I was 7, and then from there I was like, oh, I like being on stage. Like I like the limelight and all that. And
yeah.
then as time grew on, got to college. I applied as a nursing major, only because I'm African, and my dad was like, oh, if if you go into this ministry, you will make money. And I'm like, yo, I'm like, ooh, say less. I'm trying to make bread. But knowing in my heart, like I fell asleep in every science class I ever took, bro.
Yeah.
Like high school,
Yeah.
like I'm gone.
Mm,
And
mm,
after that, I got into college. I remember I was watching First Take and watching Stephen A. Smith. So I just I Googled what Stephen A. Smith major was in college, and that's when I changed my major to broadcast journalism.
mm,
Um,
mm,
graduate William Patterson 2017. And after that, all I'm thinking about is like, I gotta get in the game. Like I gotta get in the game, bro. I don't know how, I don't know who, I don't know when, or how this shit gonna happen, but I gotta get in the game. So just kind of manifesting my way through. And lucky enough, I was on Hot New Hip Hop one day. I saw an ad that said the Source magazine is looking for contributors. So I'm
mm.
like, oh shit, the Source looking for contributors? Say less.
That was
Clicked
the
on that.
first step. That was the first step
Yeah,
right
that was
there.
the first step right there. Like but like I said, it was all in me being prophetic by saying, I want to get in the game. Like I want to get in the game,
Mm,
and that game being, the industry, music, entertainment, media.
mm,
At the same time, so I applied for the Source, but at the same time, I also applied to teach English in China.
mm. Was it English first?
Huh?
Was it English first? The program? It was like a
Yeah,
program called
yeah,
first.
yeah. So you
Was
travel to
that?
China for a year, and they give you like a stipend to be a teacher, and you teach English China. Something that my sister put me on,
Mm,
and I was like, fuck it, I'm open to anything right now. I just graduated college. I'm open to anything. Like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, and and after that, so at the time, I'm waiting on kind of both. Like the Source, I had a great interview with the people in China. I had a great interview at the Source. So I'm waiting on the Source taking mad long. So, bro, like this is literally what happened. Like it was October 2nd, 2017. I literally sat on my bed and I was like, on my my DMX song, Lord, give me a sign.
Yeah, yeah. I know that one.
That's literally I asked God, I'm like, yo, like, God, just let me know like what I should do. Like, should I go to China or should I stay here? And I remember at like 10:03, I would say that's the email that changed my life. Like I got an interview. I mean, I got the email from the Source saying, congratulations, we want you on the team. And October 3rd, 2017. Congratulations, we want you on the team. And yeah, I was like, bet. This is it right here. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's been the rest was history.
Got you. Wow, what a journey.
It's like
And so the Source was like your first byline, right?
first bottle. I still remember my first story. It was Viola Davis and somebody else. They was doing the show didn't end up coming to script, but that was like the first show. They were supposed to do a show that was airing on ABC.
Yeah, yeah.
That was my first byline. It was October 9th, 2017. Yeah.
Wow.
I still remember,
For
bro.
20. Wow, that's crazy. I think I might have been like a sophomore in undergrad at that point.
Yeah,
Um,
you just navigating your way through.
yep, yep. Wow, legendary,
Yeah.
legendary day story. So I know you have, I guess let's fast forward to 2024, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember like when we initially met, I met you at the Def Jam, mixer, open bar. It was like an open bar
Yeah.
vibe,
Word.
Chinatown vibe. And I remember you kind of just updating me on where you were. And I remember you were real adamant, real enthusiastic about this entity that you had created called KreativeClout.
Facts, facts.
So I'd love to know what was the motivation behind the creation of your own media
Mm-hmm.
agency and what is like the vision.
Yeah, for sure. So Creative Clout is founded by myself and my frat brother Lamont Griffin. So that's Creative Clout came about because the Source used to dub my ideas. Like,
Yeah,
literally, like I would go to my manager and my editor, and I'd be like, "Yo, we should do this story, or we should I'm pitching different stories, different ideas. I'm like, yo, I got a homie that shoot production. He could come in and shoot this interview. Yo, I gotta plug somewhere else because as you start writing, your bylines start you start
out.
you start creasing those bylines and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
so once you
More, you get more emails,
get more emails, people
more
say
more opportunity.
yeah. So once you get that get that verification on Muck Rack, you know, you're kind of certified in whatever beat you cover. So yeah, the email started coming up, and I remember I did my first ever celebrity interview was with Busta Rhymes, and and
That's a heavy hitter. That's a
yeah,
heavy hitter.
facts.
First interview?
First celeb interview ever,
Out,
bro.
out the gate?
Yeah, out the gate, and I was about 10 months in writing for the source. This is about 10 months after that first interview got published.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
So after I did that, I went to the source. I'm like, yo, like we should do this, this, this. They're like, nah, it's not gonna work. I'm like, what you mean? Like I got the plugs. Like people started to hit me up. They're like, nah, it's not gonna work. So I'm like, all right. So I'm venting to my man's mind. I'm like, yo, bro, they trying to play me, bro. I'm trying to, do this, that, and they really not let me do it. He like, bro, let's
Yeah.
just start shit. I'm like, no, no, no. The first thing he said, he was like, bro, let me manage you. I'm like, manage me do what? He like, just book interviews. And I'm like, fuck it, like let's go, let's do it.
Mm,
And from there, we made like 2-3 plays that kind of set us up. And then after that, I got a DM from my guy Jakeem in Atlanta. He was a publicist, well, he still is the publicist, but
yeah.
he works on a lot of reality TV shows.
Got,
But his clients at the time were he was working with Bobby Valentino, he was working with Deb Anthony, Waka Mother, and Q Parker from 112.
oh,
And
okay.
he
Fire.
So we flew to Atlanta. He got us our hotel and stuff, and he was like, "Yo, y'all want to interview Q Parker, Deb?" And he actually he threw in Bobby Valentino. We was there
Mm-mm.
sitting at the table calling different people. He like, "Yo, is Jacquees in town? All right, Jacquees not here. Is Summer Walker here? No, she not here. Is Migos here? Nah, they not there." He was just calling everybody to see who we could get,
Mm-mm.
and he ended up getting Bobby V. So yeah, that was the first two interviews on KreativeClout was Bobby V and Deb Annie, Walker Mother. So that's the origin story for KreativeClout right there.
Got you. And so all of this transpired in 2017, right?
2018. This is 2018. It's
Okay.
2018. So
Okay.
this is
Okay.
the year
Fire.
after I've been
So,
at the source.
so it's been what, 6 years now?
Mm-hmm. 6 years. 6 years. But we didn't like incorporate it until 2020. We just had the platform because
Mm-mm.
we was what 24 years old. We didn't know nothing about business. We didn't have business acumen yet. We didn't know nothing about LLCs, setting up a corporate account, filing taxes, filing business taxes, none of that. So we was like, all right, let's just start the platform and we can figure all that out later. And that's when we incorporated it in 2020.
Got you. Got you.
Yep, yep.
Fire. And so I guess since the advent of KC,
Mm-hmm.
how has the evolution been from back then? Because you started off with some heavy hitters.
Nah,
You know.
that's a fact. I think like the space I'm in right now is all about building a team. Like that's the biggest thing, bro. Like, cause I've been a one man band before, and it's tiring. Like, I would say, but I just turned 31, so when I
Mm-mm.
was like 27, 28, I still had that energy. Like, I still had that energy to fly ahead, do
That
an interview,
vitality,
come, yeah,
that youth, that
like
youthful
yeah,
vitality.
for real, for real. So I
Mm-hmm.
still, but once once I hit 30, like I started feeling yeah, I started feeling that tightness. Like, damn, I can't go out, turn up, wake up at like 6 a.m. and and try to like still make sure that I get the work done. Like that shit is a lot, So I think right now it's all about delegating, building a team, making sure that I give my team the resources that they need. So I got two of my guys right now, Manny and NLD. Big shout out to them. They've been a big help. They handle a lot of the editing, the posts, the chopping up of the clips that you probably see on IG, and yeah, they that was my big focus this year, building the team, So I think as far as to answer your question, as far as like the evolution, it's all about building that team. First, you start off, it was me and my mans, and then we started kind of delegating roles, and we did a bunch of stuff by ourselves. Like two of us together, we started off. I remember our goal at first was to get paid off YouTube. So so we Googled, it was like, all right, how you get paid off YouTube? How you get paid off YouTube? And
Numbers. Y'all been doing numbers on YouTube. I peep
yeah,
actually.
for sure. So that shit started off. It was like the first qualification is to get 1,000 subscribers. That's the first qualification. So we had 0 subscribers. We like, no, at the time we had 2 interviews though, so we had like 7 subscribers. We like, damn, we gotta get to a rack. I'm like, how the fuck we gonna get to a rack? Then we said, fuck it, bro. Not it's kind of like that's why I do a lot of sports comparisons, because it's like if you down in the lead, if you trailing in basketball, you play, or you trailing in any sport, you play the game, not the score. So play the game and you make sure you executing on every play. It don't matter if you're gonna be down, 20 points, because eventually you're gonna come back. So if you playing the game and not the score, and you make sure you just execute at a point, a year ago, 3 years ago, it's inevitable that you're gonna start winning. So literally that year, after 1 year, the last interview we did on our anniversary day, October 1st, 2019, was Lil Baby. And after that, I think we was at like 500, maybe 530 subscribers at the time. After Lil Baby, it just took off. Like,
just what did that one?
It took off. Like, but niggas got to Lil Baby after doing this person, that person, slowly but building, slowly, surely. And we was going back and forth to Atlanta for a whole year. Like, so back and forth to Atlanta for a whole year, and then the same company that booked Busta Rhymes, that same company that doubled back for Lil Baby, and they flew me out. And that was at a time when I low key took an L, because I'll just tell you the story. I was studying to be a firefighter at the time, because if you don't know, firefighters work 24 hours and then they get 72 hours off. So at the time, I'm traveling
like a nurse.
Yeah, it's just like nurse. So like I'm traveling a lot back and forth to Atlanta. So I'm like, damn, if I'm a firefighter, I can get 3 days off and I could do my thing and just come back home and work. But long story short, I failed. It's 3 parts. It's the maze, the obstacle course, and the ladder climb. I failed the maze. You gotta get in 40 seconds. I got it in 45. So
Damn.
I was tight.
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be, but I didn't understand that at the time. But it took 3 days for God to affirm that, yo, that wasn't the wave. This is the wave. And 3 days after that happened, after I failed that test, that's when I got the email, Lil Baby. And after that, I was just like, okay, like I hear you loud and clear, God. I ain't even gonna play with it. But yeah, that's it, bro.
That's fire. That's fire. What a that was like serendipitous.
Sure, bro. No, definitely. And I think when you walking in purpose, I got a bunch of affirmation stories, like, and that's why
in the moment you thought you was taking an L.
That's a fact. I did, bro. I was down, bro. And me, I'm built off, my foundation is straight confidence. Like I've been this way because I know that, like Marcus Garvey got this quote, with confidence you won before you started. I gotta lead with confidence. That's been my identity since as long as I can remember. Like, so it's not even confidence, it's more confidence, because God is instilling that in me in order to go and do what I gotta do. I mean, so you put that faith in him, and then you trust your work, your work and your experience, and you just go full throttle. Like, yo, I can't lose.
That's a fact.
No way I could lose, bro. There's no way.
That's a fact. You do the work, and God is gonna do the rest.
That's a fact. Yeah, straight up. So, yeah, that's that's like in the short form the story of KreativeClout though so far.
Amazing. If you guys are wondering what we're talking about KreativeClout, which is Jiggy's media agency.
Yes, sir. KreativeClout. Make sure y'all tap in, follow that. That's Creative with a K, KreativeClout, CLOUT, on Instagram and YouTube. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure I'm actually dropping another interview tomorrow with this kid out of Chicago named KB Mike. That's gonna be a good one. So make sure y'all tap in.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all tap in. But for my next question, I remember when we first met, you were telling me how you were working in sort of like a corporate capacity as well, in conjunction with all of like your independent media endeavors.
Yep.
Is it okay if I mention where you was working, or?
That's cool, yeah.
Because I just wanted to permission and all that, because you some people be trying to keep it on the low,
Yeah,
but
no,
they,
I
you
feel
know, their job look like. So it's like, so yeah, so I remember you was working at Fox. You was working at Fox for a while.
that. I'm
Uh,
still there.
you still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm still there.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, fine, fine. So I guess let's just talk about, how that's been, what that journey has looked like in conjunction with everything else, and because the corporate monster is just a different game altogether. So
It's different. It's different, but I encourage a lot of my, contemporaries and peers, um, to definitely test that out. Cause one, from my experience, is it's tough to really get your worth when you first start. Well, it's like, well, you got to earn your worth. You got to build your worth. Feel me?
mm.
Is in this,
And it's
or I would say any creative job, career, you have to kind of do the work. You got to show and prove before you get your worth, before you get your value, before you get any type of monetary value. It's like no one's gonna pay you for the work you haven't done yet. This is not like a typical, typical job. Sometimes kids get lucky out of college. It's like, oh, I worked at a radio station here, or I know someone that works here, so it's like I got a little bit of experience, and they could kind of bring me on in the entry level position. But in this field, I don't even believe in that. It's like
fact.
yo, go out and go shoot some shit, edit it, make sure it's fire, go on YouTube, learn how to do things, and then you pull up and say, "Yo, this is my resume right here." Um,
Mm-mm.
but to get to Fox, so the reason how I got to Fox was all right back in 2020, right? I saw this ad. Go back to ads again. Complex. This is middle pandemic. Complex. I saw Complex put out this ad on Instagram, say they was looking for new media personalities. So at the time, I'm like, yo, bet I've been working all summer. I mean, 2020 doing IG live interviews, Zoom interviews, keeping KreativeClout going, because after that Lil Baby interview,
You
like
was cooked up. You was cooked up.
everything was
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Everything was
yeah.
up. We was at 12. I remember we finished December at 1,256 subscribers after starting off with zero the year.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, we getting money now. Like we getting paid off YouTube. Like, and so now it was just trying to figure out, all right, how best can we maximize it. So I remember we went to Super Bowl weekend. We did an interview at the NFL Fashion Week. NFL Wives Fashion Show. Went to the Super Bowl party. Had a great time in Miami. Came back. So we like, I bet. And then the last thing we did, we shot a documentary for Asylum Records artist, my nigga Haas Irv. Big shout out to Haas Irv. So that was the last thing we did. So how I got to Fox. So Complex put out this ad. So I'm like, bet. And one of the things that they asked, they say, can you shoot a 60-second video to like apply for the job? So I'm like, bet, I could do that. So I literally set up the tripod, the backdrop in my living room. Like I'm a hustler, bro. So I've been a one-man band for a long time. I don't advise it for nobody, but in order to get your shit started, I feel like you just have to. So I know how to shoot, edit, color grade a little bit, put sound, put the reverb. Like I know how to do everything when it comes to video production and media,
Mm.
in media journalism. So I remember I was smoking with my little brother like the night before, and I was telling him about it like the week before. So we spoke and we chilling. And he like, bro, don't you got that thing you wanted to shoot? I'm like, oh, you right. So he keep me accountable.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
back. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it tomorrow. He like, bro, make sure you do it tomorrow. I'm excited when we talked about it. I'm like, bet. So Lee woke up that morning, bro. I still got I'm gonna send you the notes after this. I still got the note that I scripted like to that shit. Like the 15, 30 seconds, the spots I'm gonna cut things at. And so I shot the video. I threw it on Twitter, threw it on IG. I'm getting mad love. And my caption was like, yo, appreciate everybody that been following the journey. Like, I'm trying to get to Complex. Like, yo, help me out. And one of my homegirls I went to school with,
Yeah.
um, he was cool with one of the
The producer.
directors of Complex. But she was a couple years older than me, so we never actually spoke in school. But she seen my work and she does production as well. So she was like, yo, she's DM me like, yo, that video you put out was fire. I texted it to the director. You definitely hear something back. So I'm like, oh shit, that is lit. Lo and behold, they didn't hire me. Complex did
Mm-mm.
not hire me. So at the end of that year, and that was December 2020. at the end of that year, so I'm applying everywhere. I'm like Fox, CNN, Vice, Double XL, you know, any media company you could think of. And Fox was the one that hit me. Fox was
Mm.
that call, and it's been up ever since, bro. One, I would say, like, to all my media people out there, I know that black-owned media companies sometimes aren't that, they're not well endowed. They don't have the backing, they don't have the funding as much as a lot of white media companies. You know, Fox is not owned anybody but Fox. So it's like they can't, like,
Fox
Complex.
owe money. Fox owe money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
Mm.
Complex just got bought out 2 times in the last 4 years, and I got homies at Complex, and you know, shout out to them. But you know, at that time, I was like, damn, like I'm like, yo, I thought I killed it with that video. I definitely did. Like, I'm like, nah, bro, they tripping, bro. I'm hitting up everybody I know at this time. I'm DMing people. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm DMing. I'm like, yo, like, what's up with y'all? Like, y'all like me? Like, I'm getting defensive because
Mm. Mm.
out of, and the thing about it was they was watching my story like throughout the entire process. So I would see Complex Music, Complex Sports. Cause I told everybody to tag them, but they wasn't hitting me. So you know, I got that call from Fox. I'm like, damn, maybe this was actually like this was the one. You know, God once again closing the door for another door to open.
Mm.
And yeah, I've been at Fox, you know, 3.5 years. March 21st this year made it 3 years. My first year, I got the Rising Star Award.
Mm.
Just
Mm.
by my first year, I got 3 raises. You know, and at the time where, you
That's
know,
fire.
media just, you know, I just put my head down, and I was, one thing I would say after that year, I was definitely burnt out though, because I was working my ass off. Like I was working OD, bro, and I was still doing KreativeClout, still flying to do interviews, still coming back, doing shit on Zoom, editing it, waking up. And at the time, my schedule was Wednesday to Sunday,
Mm.
6 to 3 p.m. Now,
Weekend and
no
Fridays.
weekends, no weekends. But in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, I get off at 2. I get off at 2:33, so
I
I'm gonna still have a week. But
love. I can
bruh,
still.
Bro, not the same, bro. It's not the same. Nobody don't want this. Even I was out with the homies last week. Now my
Yeah, yeah,
schedule
yeah.
is Saturday, and I was like, yo, I'm at the job. I got work. Niggas like, you lying? I'm like, bro, I dad got work, bro. Like I gotta wake up at 5:30 to be ready at 6. Really 5:15 type shit because
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
videos.
Wait,
But yeah,
Jiggy, I'm gonna grab my charger real quick. You
oh,
can keep going.
yeah, and I do things. But yeah, but then but yeah, shout out to everybody in here, yo. My son J12 in here. Hopefully he's still here. Shout out to Khalil, Willie P fan, CJ, Milan, couple gang in here. But yeah, but overall to answer your question, Fox has been fire, bro. Like, I know a lot of people see on the outside, um, but to them they just serving their audience. Like, feel me? Just
Mm.
serving your audience. You gonna feed the audience what they want, because that's how you get bills. That's how you get to pay your employees. That's how you cover your employees with insurance. And the first year I got there, because it was pandemic, a year after pandemic, they paid niggas insurance, bro. They literally,
Mm.
insurance did not come out my check the first year I was at Fox. I'm like,
That's
bro, I can't, I don't know no media company doing that. I'm
that's a fact.
like,
That's a
so
that's
like,
a and I feel like the crazy part is I feel like sometimes people have a distorted perception on Fox. I actually did an
oh yeah,
internship at Fox.
I mean, you told me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, way back when. And so I used to tell people, this was like during the Trump era, so I used to tell people about it and they used to be like, Fox? Like what you doing over there?
Yeah, same
But
reaction.
it's different when you actually in the space out there.
Mm-hmm.
Cause you know, it's just it's not just a bunch of like right wing
Yeah.
people who love Trump. Like it's just regular people that just need a job. Like,
People that do the job, bro, and they willing to help you out. Like I first got there, mad people that was like, and to me, I'm always like I said, I love, like I told the editor in chief during my interview, I said, yo, I love the spotlight, yo. I don't shy away from the attention. Hell no, like I love attention. So in a positive way though, like you
yeah.
know, some people
Oh, yeah.
do attention, and but my thing is like I want to be recognized for my work ethic, and the quality of the job I'm putting out. So yeah, I remember the first time he invited like kind of like all employees, a couple editors in there. I think it's me and another guy. He's like the only two black people in there. And I'm saying, I got the white people laughing, like I'm saying little jokes here and there, like. And then when I walked out that bitch, I'm like, yeah, I killed that shit. Like, I'm like, yeah, I killed that shit, bro. But no, it felt good. But overall, the experience been cool. At times I have been jaded because it's like this not exactly what I want to cover, exactly what I want to do. But at the same time, it's still like I would say Fox is like my master's. If I went back to school to get my master's, because it taught me how to run an actual media company. Like, yeah, it taught me how to actually run a media company. And now I know all the softwares. I know more. I got more plugs, more connects. Yeah, it's just better, bro. So it definitely elevated me for sure.
That's fire. Fire. Shout out to
Big,
Fox.
big place.
I guess before we get to the next question, I just want you to mention like what exactly you do at Fox.
Okay,
Just so
yeah,
so
so I'm
no.
I'm a video editor, video and photo editor. Um, yeah, a lot of videos, a lot of photos. Like I said, I start at literally 6 a.m. But I got the luxury of working from home though. That's the luxury of working. The office is still there in Manhattan, right by Radio City. But I got the luxury of working from home. And yeah, I start off my typical days. I start off with the morning videos. I do it for the business page, Fox Business, and the sports section. So the videos that kind of go like at the top of the page anytime somebody do a story. So I edit that, knock that out real quick. We got our meeting. Everybody do the rundown. Yo, this will be covering for the day. This is the biggest stories. From there, mad people hit me up. Yo, I need a video here. I need a video here. This and that. Can you cover this? Can you do that? It's fast paced. So once that laptop is on, once that light is on, them slacks is running, the pages is running. Niggas sending this, that, and yeah, it's a fast paced environment. Like, but yeah, my main focus is video editing, photo editing, and external research to back up any stories that the writers write.
Okay, fire. That's super dope. So for my next question, I know that there was like a clip circulating around, and where you interview the cast of Martin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that must have been a big moment. I would imagine legendary moment.
Hell yeah,
Um, would you say that was like your biggest interview of all time?
hands
And
down,
also,
bro.
also, how did that opportunity come about?
Man. Man, yeah, big shout out to the Martin cast, Martin, Tashina Arnold, who's from Newark, New Jersey, who's from my city, Newark, New Jersey, Arts High graduate. Tashina Arnold, Carl Payne, rest in peace, Thomas Ford. But yeah, so I started working with Beck Media. It's an agency that BT Plus is one of their clients. BT is one of their clients, and when Tyler Perry kind of came into BT, they started they started doing more programming, and so I started working with Beck Media at the time. Facebook was still their client, and so they had Facebook, BT, and like 10 other clients. So anytime they'll hit me, I'll just do a story. I don't care what it was. I remember I interviewed the Real Husbands of Hollywood came to BT. I interviewed Robin Thicke, Dwayne Martin, and Boris
Mhm.
Kojo. But I got
Some of the crew.
some of the crew. I got mad interviews from them that I never dropped. I got an interview with Zoe Saldana. I never dropped. I got an interview
Word,
with
word.
bruh. Like
That's crazy.
bro, that was 2020. At that time, I'm
Guardians of the Galaxy, Zoe Saldana.
yeah. Zoe Saldana, Guardian of the Galaxy, Drumline, Zoe Saldana.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
oh man, y'all better be taking notes, y'all.
I may still drop that. I gotta check on my hard drive,
Mhm.
but yeah, Beck. Shout out to Beck, and it was two black women there. Damn, their names escaping me right now, but Tasia and I think Tiara. So anytime they'll hit me, and Diana too, shout out to Diana. Anytime they'll hit me, I'll always do a story. Like obviously they're like, "Oh, Jiggy, such and such coming out with with a new show. We need an interview." I'm like, "Bet, let's do it." Set up on Zoom, do the story, send it to them. Boom. So I was always quick with that. So after a year working with them, I remember Tasia texted me. She was like, "Yo, Jig." I'm like, "What's up?" She was like, "Yo, we just BT just got the rights to do the Martin cast reunion." She was like, "You want to do it?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And at that time, a week before that, I just got in a car accident.
Yeah.
I just got in
Because
the car.
life was lifing. Life
I
was
came through
lifing.
unscathed. You know what I
Mm,
mean? After that, I
mm,
went to see one of my homegirls in Dallas. Then after that, I went to go interview my man's Papier, who had just dropped a song with Nicki and Lil Baby. Do we have a problem? So he had produced that. Shout out to Papier one time, my guy. So I just came from Miami to interviewing him. As soon as I landed the next day, that's when I got that text. So she was like, "All right, I'm gonna put you on I'm gonna put you on email with the lady from BT." So I'm like, "Bet." So so we talking. They like, yeah, Jiggy. You know, this is the date. It's gonna air in June. We're gonna shoot it in February. So first she was like, oh, I'm like, bet. You know, I can't wait to fly out. And she was like, actually, there's no space in the studio, so we're gonna do it on Zoom. I'm like, what? So I called my cousin Forte, who basically like my big bro. So I called him, and when I told him about it, he was like, yo, I already got your fit. So actually, I'm wearing his shit right now. World Leaders. Shout out to World
mm.
Leaders. King.
Shout out to world leaders.
Big shout.
Fire.
I'm wearing that in the Martin interview, but so he like, nigga, call him back right now. Tell him you booked your flight, everything. I'm like, bro, they talking about. He's like, bro, you gotta be there in person, bro. I'm like, nah, you right. So I call her back. So I email her, then I called the lady because her phone number was in there. I'm like, listen, like I already booked my flight. Like I already booked my flight. I got my guys coming. Like my team is coming. Everybody's coming. I already booked it. Like it's only two of us. Like it's only two of us. It originally was gonna be five, but I could limit it to two since you say you don't got space. She was like, I don't know. I was like, listen, lady, this is Martin. This is Martin Lawrence. Like I ain't about to play with you. Like dead ass. And Tisha Campbell from Newark. I'm from Newark. Like I ain't about to play. So I think she heard that like that unequivocal fervence in my enthusiasm in my tone, and she was like, you know what, Jiggy, yeah, that's fine. You know, you work with us
Fire.
for you
She ain't
done,
want no smoke. She ain't want no smoke.
yeah, like because I was adamant, bro. I'm pushing this shit. So boom,
Mm-mm.
finally we get there, and I'm still working. I'm still doing Fox work because I still work on weekends. I remember my flight got delayed, so I got into LA at like 2 o'clock LA time, so 5 o'clock here. Mind you, I start work at 6. So I'm like tired, I'm jet lagged. My cousin, this nigga done cooked. He like, bro, like I got food for you, everything. I got your fit. He was like, bro, don't worry, bro. He like, I got you. He was like, all I want you to do is focus on this interview. Like, just focus on the interview. So I'm like, bet. So I get a little bit of rest, wake up, knock out Fox shit. Get the Uber. We on the way to we shot it at Netflix Studios on Netflix campus. So me still COVID time, so I do the COVID check-in. I gotta do all that. I'm Martin, bro. So
Iconic.
yeah, so I'm like, so I'm just watching. I was a young, I was 27 when I did it. I was the youngest nigga there. It's all like older journalists, people from AP, people from here. But I was the only one like from a hip hop like background, from a hip hop and music background. So, and
From
Martin was
Martin?
actually covered the
From
sword
Martin?
'93
Mm-hmm.
because he was the host of Def Comedy Jam. But yeah, bro. So I'm figuring out questions. The interview time went from 15 minutes to 10 minutes to 5, and then the final edit is like probably like 4:50 or 4:30 something. So yeah, I'm literally thinking, I'm like, yo, I don't know what the fuck to say. Like I got questions, but I'm like, it's not good. I'm like, I only got 4 minutes, and before I had a 15-minute interview period, plan that's like a build up. So finally,
And every minute count. Every minute
yeah,
count.
every minute counts. So I'm like, all right, what can I do in 4 minutes? So I like bet. I got like 4 questions. And if you go back to the interview, you listen mad closely, the producers are in my ear, like, Jiggy, we gotta wrap it up. Jiggy, we gotta wrap it up. Jiggy, we gotta wrap it up. They in my ear, bro, for the last 2 minutes. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, I sat in that chair. I remember BT, the staff, they was like, oh, you can't record unless you were BT staff. My cousin got that viral moment where
Yeah.
Tisha came, and that's right, Brick City, Brick City. Like that shit kind of come because I was nervous as fuck, bro. This is the biggest interview of my life. I'm me and Martin Lawrence. So the first time I went up to Martin, I'm like, yo, Martin, my Aries brother. His birthday April 16th, mine April 19th.
Mm.
So I'm like, Martin's good. My Aries brother. He, all right, all right. Tisha Campbell, I'm like, Tisha, how you doing? New Jersey in the building. She was like, that's right, big city. I was like, okay, okay. But I couldn't even react because I'm like, I couldn't even react to that shit because I'm like,
You gotta
because
keep it
I'm
professional.
nervous. And
Oh,
me and my brother, he just pulled up Forte. Shout out to Forte, owner of World Leaders. So anytime we always joke about that, he was like, bruh, You couldn't have had a better reaction. He was like, bro, we from Newark, New Jersey, bro. And the Campbell just screamed out Brick City, and you don't got no other reaction. So he was like, bro, but we always joke like that. But so boom, I sat in that chair, and I'm nervous. So the first thing I did was, because they did their Zoom interview first, and then it was me. So I'm sitting in the chair waiting. And then finally, I took a deep breath. Literally, they're like, okay, Jiggy, it's on you. And I'm like, boom, and I just get into it. So I took that one pause, and then I got that clip too. I took that one, I'm like, boom. I went something about the got in my bag, and then from there, as the interview going on, I'm like, you got to end it in a legendary way. And then that's when I was like, that's this is a 30-year reunion, and we may not see each other again, so show me love. And I saw Martin do that. He smiled, man. He was like, ah, and I was like, yo, I got him. After that, I got him. I got up. We did the hug, and it was like, that's a wrap. Jiggy, great job. And then my cousin, yo, you killed that shit. He was like, yo, Martin publicists want to talk to you. And then I got cool with Martin publicists.
Fire.
He also represented Avion Crockett, and yeah, it's been up ever since, bro.
That's super dope.
Yeah,
That what an iconic moment, man. I,
fact.
I totally feel you when it comes to just the nervousness that arises, kind of like in that moment.
Hell yeah.
It's
I don't,
it's almost like your fight or flight kicking a
bro.
little bit.
You gotta show up or show out. Like it's like, and niggas came way too far to not create an iconic moment right now. Like I'm like, nah, brother. I'm like, at the end of the day, in my head, I'm like, nigga, you got this shit, bro. I'm like, you ain't about to fold because you Jiggy Jones. Like you don't fold. Like so, it's reassuring. You got to talk to yourself. So, everybody
That's
out
a
there,
fact.
talk to yourself. Like Wayne said, talking to myself because I am my own consultant. You your own consultant a lot of times, and especially, ain't nobody gonna believe in you more than you, bro. Like, ain't nobody gonna believe in you more than you. The foundation starts with you. Once you convey and display confidence, that external confidence gonna come from others. They're gonna be like, all right, yo, he's the guy or he's the girl. Yo, let's recommend them for this X, Y, and Z. So yeah, it was a fight or flight moment. I pulled up, and that was like a step 33 from half court at the buzzer.
Fire,
Yeah,
fire. Wow, amazing. That's one of the moments. Those one of those moments in your career that you can't predict. You don't know when it's gonna happen,
right.
but you gotta be ready. You gotta
Yeah,
be ready.
ready. I'll be ready, bro, for sure, for
Yes,
sure.
sir. So, what do you think about the current state of journalism? Whenever I tell people, I'm a culture journalist,
Hmm.
sometimes I get some dope responses, but sometimes I get, oh, aren't you afraid ChatGPT is gonna take your job? Like, I'm like, what? Like,
Bro.
ChatGPT can't do what I do,
Oh,
right? So, you
bro.
know, but that is something to think about, with the incorporation of generative AI.
Hmm. Hmm.
And it's just so much being fabricated nowadays. It's hard to. It's a lot of like aggregated news. It's so many different things happening currently within media and
Right.
journalism. So what are your thoughts about just the state of the culture, and I guess methods for how to like continue to flourish in this like evolving
Yeah,
climate.
not for sure. More skills. Like like the definition of a multimedia journalist is you know how to do every fucking thing when it comes to how to write well, you know how to edit well, you know how to video edit well, you know how to shoot well, you know how to put a production together, you know how to script a production, whether it's live, whether it's digital, whether it's broadcasting. You really have, even if you haven't mastered it, you still have those skills present. That if someone call, it's like you could still put that on display,
Mm,
type shit. But as far as the landscape, bro, like AI will never replace that human instinct that that humans possess at the end of the day. That gives us that feeling. That gives us that extra sauce. AI ain't got that sauce, bro. Even though it's humans programming it, it's still a bot. It's still a computer at the end of the day. So
mm,
the same way how we react to like this Drake and Kendrick beef, or we could write a piece on that or op-ed on that. AI can't do that. You could put that in ChatGPT, but ChatGPT still has to be updated to current times. It's not programmed to react in real time. That's just, it's not that fast. And I know as technology, as time goes on, it most 9 times out of 10, it will that will end up happening eventually. But ChatGPT will never take the job of a journalist, and that's why a journalist has to continue to evolve. You can't just, you know, confine yourself to strictly doing written editorial. You got to be able to shoot content by yourself. Take your phone and go make a reaction video to this whole weekend. Like that's what they're doing, because that's what Kai is doing. That's what Speed is doing. That's what a lot of these streamers is doing. And that's part of journalism. And the thing about us is we gotta have that extra pride. We can't be lazy in this shit neither. We gotta have that extra pride saying like, yo, a lot of us who went to school for journalism got degrees in journalism, but it's bigger than the degrees. It's actually putting the work in the field. Everyone who has put the work in your field, you need to have pride in your work to go and constantly fine tune and develop your skills over and over, and just sharpen your sword over and over. So you got to be making reaction videos. You got to stay on the right, stay right and staying sharp. You have to create a YouTube account if you don't have one already. Like constantly just creating content in a way that's undeniable. Like, and then from there, I feel like you're gonna be in good hands, bro. Like you're gonna be in good hands, but AI can't. They don't have that sauce. They don't have that human
Human touch.
yeah, that human touch or that human reactive nature in order to take things from one thing to the next. Like is even though it's going to continue to evolve, but it's here to stay for sure. I think the goal is to use AI to advantage or ChatGPT to our advantage. Like even if you not necessarily not necessarily use it too bright, but use it as a resource to research. That's what I would say. I know Google's here, but you know, maybe that could be like a quick, if you need a all right, quick idea, it's like, all right, cool. Let me just type this in real quick and then boom. But yeah, nah. It can't replace us, bro. What we do is just on a different level, for sure. For sure.
Nah, I definitely get you. I definitely get you. What are your thoughts? So, I mean, I feel like with journalism is kind of like a two-sided coin, especially nowadays, in the sense that, you know, you got the corporate route and then you also got the independent route. And, you know, as somebody who optimizes like both routes, I guess
Mhm.
simultaneously, what would you like if somebody was new in the game, you know, trying to pick a lane, like what would you advise?
Um, I would advise them to definitely go find a publication to contribute to. It's actually crazy. One of my homegirls, she works with Angie Martinez. She and I haven't talked to her in like a year and some change. I haven't seen her in a year and some change. And she recommended one of her interns, one of Angie Martinez interns, to to speak to me about journalism. And I'm like, oh shit. So, you know, the girl DM me like a couple weeks ago, and she like, hey, you know, such and such recommended me to speak to you. You know, I'm starting my journalism journey, and I just want to connect and get some advice. I'm like, oh shit, like me, I love shit like that, bro. Because
Yeah.
my goal in this shit is to always be in the best position to give out as many opportunities as possible. Like that's my ultimate goal. So everything I do, that's like the at the top of the totem pole with like my agenda.
Mm-mm. Nah, I totally feel that. I totally feel that. You know, just the concept of paying it
That's
forward.
it. Lifting as you climb. Lifting as you climb. But my first advice would be to find a publication you contribute to, because that builds your bylines up, and the bylines count because that's when you start getting them emails. You got to start getting hit up to do different things, different interviews. That's how you build connections with a lot of publicists, and publicists run the game. I don't care what nobody say, especially in music and entertainment. Publicists run this shit. Real publicists, they run this shit. If you want to get booked on Jimmy Fallon, if you want to go to the Super Bowl, if you want to be at the NBA Finals, yo, publicists run this shit. Get cool with the publicists and cool with the publicists at the agency partners as well as the actual companies as well. And once you get cool with them, you start doing that through bylines. So you sending them the links because publicists get paid based on the media attention that they get. So if you're able to send them out them bylines, get the story out quick, and then my additive incentive was always like, oh, I got my own platform, so I'm you know, send you this article, you know, in the source, and then you know as well you can also tap into my own platform, and I slowly but surely built from there. But I would say just have that duality of your own independent platform and the publication you can contribute to. And if you're able to leverage both, you're definitely gonna win for sure.
Fire, fire. I mean, what you were saying about the publicist is true, for real. You can't. You gotta nurture those relationships, foster those relationships. Don't burn them bridges,
Yep,
because
yep,
it
yep.
makes a
Shout
difference.
out to Cassidy just pulled up. Shout out to Cassidy. One of the dopest publicists, and another dope publicist in the game. So, but yeah, nah, they publicists run this shit, bro. Entertainment, music,
Yeah,
media.
that's
It's all
a
about.
that's a major key that a lot of people don't even realize. Like, I feel like you gotta get to a certain point to realize that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. You definitely gotta have, your you gotta go through your journey and start to see like, all right, who's the power players in this shit. So you're not wasting your time, because it's funny, like me walking in iHeart, and me and my bro was just talking, and I mean, like, I remember I was trying to get a Dream Doll interview, and she had some of the SOBs, and I'm talking to like DJ Self, I'm like, yourself, like, yo, I'm trying to interview Dream Doll, and he like, yo, he like, all right, talk to Gio. Me and my homie Mont, my brother Mont, we talk about this shit all the time. Mind you, the nigga standing right next to him, bro.
Mm.
The nigga, he like, yo, Gio, yo, where you at? The nigga standing right next to this nigga, bro. Trying to son nigga, yo. So like shit like that, I'll be like, that was some fuck shit, bro. But me, I'm like, I don't trip, because I feel like everybody got to go through their own experience just so they could come back and tell other people the story. So it's like, all right, I conquered this. Yo, let me tell you how my experience went, even though it may not be similar to yours or exactly yours. Just keep an eye out. I mean, just keep an eye out and fuck with the people that fuck with you. Fuck with the people that fuck with you, bro. Rock with the people that rock with you. Like, everybody's industry is just so wide, and so many people doing so many different things. And as you elevate, as you constantly work and you elevate, you're gonna see who the real and who the fake. And once you start being at a certain, you know, if you
That's a fact.
start getting to a certain level, you're not gonna waste your time on the people who are trying to do something that the other people actually really do on a daily basis, and they're consistent and great at it. So
Mm.
so yeah, I went through that, just different, publicists or people who claim to be publicists, and them like, all right, y'all just, basically trying to eat off me. And I know people to this day that definitely ate good off me too. Ate good. I mean, they paid their rent. I was sending them articles. They asked me for favors, and me, I was like, I wouldn't say I was yes man, but I did everything everyone ever asked. Like, if somebody send me an article or send me an artist, I don't care if the artist was platinum or went double for you. Like, I'ma still show them love, because I want to see if I can build this relationship. Like, I just want to see, like, all right, you hit me up to do something. I'm new in the game. Whatever resource I got, I'm here to offer it. Whatever resource you got, I feel like if we could exchange resources and we can exchange value, then we both eat, we both win. So that's always my mentality. But yeah, as you grow, you definitely going to weed out the motherfuckers who really don't say what they do. Don't do what they say.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Um, I feel like before I got on my little tear, my little run, um, I feel like when I met you, like, you were solid, and then what? It's been, I've known you for maybe like over a year now, and you
Yeah.
still solid.
2020. That might have been 2022.
Okay, yeah. Oh, so 2 years now.
Yeah.
But
2 years.
but you like going back to what you were saying about the real and the fake kind of just manifesting naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like you're an example of the real
Oh,
that stayed, consistent, and also it's just like super upstanding too. But yes, it's just a lot of like mixed energy in the space, and you
mm-hmm.
got you got to have that discernment.
That's a
You
fact.
got you gotta have that.
Perfect word.
You gotta you gotta be able to decipher who's who, because yeah, I've been meeting people in my journey. I'm like, but you said you did this, but you don't really do this. Like, you trying to do it, and I
Yeah, no credentials,
yeah
like no. You could just be honest and be like, "Yo, I'm trying to get into this space and X, Y, Z," but don't offer something that you can't get. My biggest thing, my biggest point is I always undersell and over deliver. But it's hard for me to undersell, because my work is proven and my work is on display for everybody to see. So they're like, all right, there's no way you get to where, you know, or do what I've done and, you know, try to downplay, because it's like, it's big shit,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah,
So
objectively. And then also, yeah, SEO is on point too. Like, type in Jiggy Jones, you the first person that pop up.
I appreciate you. Yeah, bro. It's
So,
even even that, it's like just learning that, like learning how to learning what a Google panel is. Like I still, that just remind me, I gotta double back and do some stuff with that, because I still haven't even touched that. But it's so many different, you know, just different things within the space, and that goes with journalism as well. Oh, another key for journalists: branding. Branding
mm-hmm.
is a big part, like, of today. I think that's how you elevate yourself as a journalist. You have to create a brand. Like, you're bigger than, you know, just the words on the paper. And, you know, some, like I know, I met the what's his name, Andre G, one of the dopest journalists in the game, from Rolling Stone.
Yeah, staff writers,
Yeah,
right?
staff writers.
Yeah,
Yep, Andre G.
shout out to Andre G.
Yeah, big shout out to Andre G. And I met him one time. We went to I think it was a Busta concert, Busta and Wu-Tang, and we was just talking, and like I'm like, yo, I'm Jig, what's good? How you? He was like, yo, I'm Andre G. I'm like, no, he's like, Andre. I was like, Andre G. I'm like, oh, I'm like, yo, you Andre G. I'm like, bro, yo, I love your work. Like, yo, you be killing shit, bro, because his pen is lethal. Like,
Nah, it is.
Drake, the best journalist in the game.
Yeah.
So
That low key, that inconspicuous.
yeah, mad low key. So I was like, oh, I'm like, oh, you popped out. He was like, yeah, bro, you know, I'm trying to do a little bit more of this. And I was like, yo, but I'm like, you know, do what works for you, bro. At the end of the day, if you're not extroverted in that way, like, I consider myself an introverted extrovert, but because I know where I want to get to, I gotta put myself on display. Like, I gotta be in places that, you know, that's purposeful.
Yeah.
All the
To get to that.
Yeah, in order to continue to grow my brand and
Mhm.
eventually lead to my goals. So branding is a big part in journalism nowadays too, for real.
I feel you. I feel you. For me, I think one thing that I've been working on is kind of just putting myself in front of cameras.
For sure.
Put
Wait, I'm gonna get my charger real quick.
Okay.
Oh shit. Do I have it in here?
I just want to thank y'all for popping up. I appreciate the attendance. I appreciate the love, the fellowship, joining
Right.
with me in this quality, wholesome conversation that we're having
Sir.
about life and all that good stuff. Appreciate it. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
You said you was putting yourself in front of the camera more.
Oh yeah. So putting myself in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Um, I think in order to elevate, you gotta embrace taking risk.
Facts.
That's one thing I started realizing, like, because I feel like I'm pretty decent with my pen too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in order for me to get to the next level, I'm like, yo, I gotta be in front of the camera, because
Bro.
that's what everybody nowadays. TikTok, IG. I can't just. I mean, I could keep writing. I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
writing. Like, my pen not
Right.
gonna stop. But at the same time,
Facts.
I
You
gotta
gotta do
add.
both.
Yeah, I gotta do both. I gotta add to the repertoire. So that's the key for real to leveling up. I feel is really just putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
But I guess we're both culture journalists, so it's time to talk about the culture.
Get it.
And what's the hot button topic right now in the
Let's get
culture?
it.
That vibe. We talk about the K Dot versus Drake
Mm-hmm.
beef. It's been a long time coming, over a decade in the making. It took them long enough to get to it. But yeah, I'm just curious to know what your thoughts are. We all have different perspective. Everybody got an opinion.
Yeah.
Like, what's Jiggy's opinion?
Yeah, bro. Oh, man, it should have been crazy, bro. Like, this definitely hands down the best, biggest, most impactful hip hop battle beef ever. Like, this is definitely the biggest 3 days in hip hop ever. Like, we never had two head honchos at the top of the games in their prime. This is like LeBron and Curry going back and forth. like in them years. I think from what 2015 to 2018.
Mhm.
This is back to back. They just firing shots and they drop it in real time, responding to each other in 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours or less. Like I never seen this, never experienced it. Like I said, I was at the bowling alley on Friday, and when Drake dropped Family Matters, and then Kendrick dropped I think Meet the Grams or 616 in LA, one of them,
Yeah,
and it's just like crazy, bro. But right now, I feel like one thing I would say is we don't know what's facts and what's fiction.
yeah.
I know Drake hit Kendrick with the domestic violence allegations. He beat his wife allegedly, and his man's Day Free, who's been his partner, his manager,
Mhm.
and people. For those who don't know who Day Free, go look up Day Free. Day Free was the head of Complex at one point too.
Word,
And Day, yeah,
word. I
Day,
didn't even know that.
Day Free is like he's big in the game, bro. Day Free is big in the game, but he just happened to be from Kendrick Hood. They grew, I believe they grew up together, but they've been down for each other for a minute. But
Yeah, they were on New York Times together.
say it
I
again.
don't remember they was on the cover together of the New York
Yeah,
Times magazine.
yeah. So Day Free been in that editorial space for a long time. Like
Mm.
he one of the OGs in the editorial space. But yeah, Drake came through. Oh, Kendrick beat his wife. His man's allegedly his that's why he said if your GM is your BMBD like like just being mad savvy with the bars, but like
Mm.
we don't know if that's facts or fiction. And then Kendrick hit Drake with the pedophilia allegations, which is super serious.
Yeah,
That's something that
that, that,
like to be played with at all. Like, and Drake denied it, and Kendrick, I don't know necessarily Kendrick denied it, but it was just so many things circulating online and on Twitter that like try to prove both sides, but I think until we get the actual facts, we don't know if that's a fact or fiction. But when it comes to bars, wordplay, and just overall the sport and the art of just rapping, they both killed it. They both showed up. Like them
mm.
niggas showed up and showed out. I think Kendrick with that Not Like Us record, it was like he definitely took it up a notch because we haven't seen Kendrick put out a club record in a minute.
Yeah. I
Like that
know. And it's so
like
it's
Gus, he got all the Compton niggas crip walking. Like he got the whole of South LA quick crip walking, and
yeah,
of course they was playing that in the club, but and then at the end with the chant "OV ho," and then like that shit is crazy. Like that
yeah,
shit is
yeah,
because it gives people something to like chant. People love chant. Music is all about people want to dance and sing along when they hear music. Point blank. Period. That will never die. That aspect of music will always continue, will always live on. But he
mm.
gave people a chant and a dance record. It's crazy. But Drake definitely came through and did what he had to do for sure. I think on
Family
uh
Matters.
not Family Matters, the Heart, the one that he dropped Sunday night, last night. I think it's like the Heart
Oh
Part
yeah,
Six.
the Hard
Yeah, the
Part
Heart
Six.
Part
Yeah,
Six. So he came through, he did what he had to do. He was like, "Oh, we fed you the information." So if Kendrick really fell for that bait, then it's like, "All right, bro, you was reaching, and you fell for the bait." But I would have to give it like if I would have to score, I would give it a tie. I would give it a tie. I think it's over. I think it's over, but I would say I would give it a tie. I would give that battle a tie. It was a great battle though. That's the best battle in hip hop history. Magnitude. I think it's bigger than Hov and Nas. It's bigger than I think somebody talked about LL Cool J and Cannabis from way back.
mm,
Ice Cube and NWA, Dream. I mean not Dream. The Game and G Unit.
mm.
50 and Ja Rule. 50 in the whole New York. Yeah, but that was the best battle. Dipset and G Unit. Yo, yeah, it been some crazy battles, but yeah, Kendrick and Drake hands down best battle ever.
I feel you. I definitely would concur with that statement. Um,
Yeah, what you think? What you think though overall?
I I I I feel like it was a lot of haymakers. I feel like they were both relatively timely.
Hmm.
Um, I was truly surprised by by Kendrick's like consistent output like that. Like,
Yeah, we haven't
yeah,
seen that.
it's been a minute. Been a minute. I feel like in terms of output, I feel like K Dot has really kind of been outpacing
Mm.
Drake a little bit. Um, I feel like he's kind of beating Drake at his own game because we know Drake is being the more
Yeah,
prolific.
you gonna drop.
You know, most prolific. You know, he dropping an album every year, every 6 months, like. You know, and so K Dot is like, all right, I already know what he's gonna do. I'm anticipated. I'm gonna beat him at his own game. I'm like, yo, this dude is like super methodical. And also, there's so many theories online about the titles of the tracks. In particular, I think
Yeah.
it was 16 in LA. They were saying that there was some type of correlation between, you know, that track and the timestamp tracks that Drake has done like over the course of his career. You know, 8 a.m. in Charlotte. What else? 4 p.m. in Calabasas. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so he's just poking fun, and then there's so many theories of like it's just like the theories is going crazy online about you know the fact that he dropped that song on the same day as like Hitler's death or something like that. Did you hear about? So I'm like I don't think K Dot was being as methodical as
No,
people were making.
he was. He was.
He was.
It's two. 6/16 is Father's Day, so he like I'm about to son you. 16 like his death. Drake Jewish. Um, I think 6/16. It was of course the timestamp thing. It was so many different just relevant moments and ties to that date and the song titles that they and the thing about it's a battle. So every single output there's thought.
Matters.
Yeah, not giving no one the benefit of the doubt to say that they're not doing it in an intentional way to take it further than what it is. It's like, yo, they put a lot of thought into this, bro. This has been brewing for a decade. Yeah.
It has. I mean, I feel like some of what Kendrick was saying was like super inflammatory. You know, he was saying, "I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk." Off Euphoria.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, he like going back to what you was just saying about the whole thing brewing. Like he's really been ruminating on this for a long time, and
Bro.
it's just crazy that 2024. It took them over a decade to like just finally let it all
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like it couldn't have been the perfect time. 2024 has started off. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff this year. Like
yeah, we have.
Cat,
I was
Cat Williams started it off. He said it's going to be a year of truth, and now so many things have happened. But and we only in May. We still got 6.5 more months, 7 months to go. And I'm definitely looking forward to the year though. I think that battle woke a lot of people up. I think Four Bats dropped his mixtape on Friday. Nobody's really listened to it because everybody was listening to Kendrick and Drake. And Four Bats dropped his EP on OVO. Shout out to the
crazy.
OVO, by the way. Shout out to the OVO. I got some fam, the man's them over there. So but yeah, at the end of the day, like as far as the battle, I think hip hop definitely won. Like, and a lot of people have been complaining about hip hop, how a lot of artists aren't selling. Hip hop hasn't created any new stars since Ice Spice and Sexy Red are the two newest stars in hip hop. And like, I fuck with Ice Spice and Sexy Red. I fuck with them. I want to see them flourish to their higher purpose. But
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
Me too.
but the back. I think over the past 10 years, we've seen a lot of different stars pop up over the past, like 5, 10 years, and the last 2 years we haven't really seen that. Outside
Mm.
of Space and Sexy Red, but hopefully this battle has kind of woke a lot of people up, and um, just labels in general are just investing more into um,
New talent.
yeah, talent and the right talent at that, the talent that's actually gonna work for it, and not take the advance and then get lazy. So, it's so many. That's a whole other discussion. But just so you
Yeah,
know, a quick thought. But yeah, overall, battle was amazing. Best weekend in hip hop history, hands down. Shout out to both Kendrick and Drake. But I'm riding with the boy as always. Shout out to Drake, man.
got you. Well, I'm riding with K Dub. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like not like us. Like that was the nail in the coffin for me. And you know that joint been on replay the whole weekend. They were saying it was like hip hop Christmas, and I'm like, yeah, like
So,
that's really how. I mean, on Drake's end, I would say Family Matters was my favorite output.
yeah, for sure.
Uh, and I feel like it doesn't have as much replay value, but
Nah,
you know,
it's a 7-minute song. Outside of that, Drop a 50 band for the mob. Outside of that, it's like the rest of it. You know, he just is serving up bars. Like he's serving up bar. I did like how he told he told Kendrick's, you know, the van on the cover
Mm.
and the video, and
Oh yeah, the video that was crazy. That was crazy.
that was funny as hell.
Yeah, that was funny. I didn't see that. That was scathing.
Yeah,
That
that
it was
was
like a 5 minute. It was just a 5 minute verse,
yep.
just like through, just airing out all the dirty laundry.
That's,
Even the part about him about Kendrick beating his wife. Like, you know, although I feel like I'm a big K-Dot fan, like I was blown away by that because I was like, oh shit, like
yeah, that's allegedly, you know, that's big. That's some big
we
news.
can't confirm nor deny right now,
Can't confirm on the dots. So
but
like the all
still sound crazy
that
though.
sounds
It's still
crazy. Any type of allegation sound crazy, but you know, in the court of public opinion, everyone's gonna have their side based on who they favor. But
yeah,
it act, you know, unless it's proven, unless there's some facts, you know, there's some evidence to support that opinion or support that statement. You know, we can't hold them accountable for it.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
I feel that. I feel that. So
Oh yeah.
there's somebody asking
Uh.
comments about the Ecko joint, right?
Wait. Say it again.
No, somebody was
Yeah.
asking about the
Shout out to my homie Miles. What up, bro? Yo, honestly, I think Cole had foresight to see. He had the foresight to know where this shit was about to go.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
the pits of hell. Like, and as you thought with each track that dropped, you thought they was gonna calm down. Nah, they kept digging and digging. Them niggas went to the core of earth. They went to the pits of hell. They went to literally, like, yeah,
They got
they went to the bro.
they got
Cole just knew. Cole just like his piece, like, and I'm as a man that's constantly on my healing journey, you know, from different modes of therapy. I feel him. Like I was there. I was there. I was at Dreamville, but I left to beat traffic before he said that. So I said it, but I'm not even mad. At the time, it was like, oh, Cole, you bitching right now, bro. Like, come on, bro. This is what we've been waiting for. You've been saying you the best for the last 2 years, and now you just want to bow out, throw the white flag before you even try.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that was the only thing. So I get it. You know, it's definitely gonna hurt him because he could have definitely got a lot of these streams. He could have definitely got a lot of this momentum. He's dropping an album 2 this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the only
The
person
fall
that knows,
off,
yeah,
right?
the fall off, he's dropping the fall off. So I feel like it only would have helped, one, his case at being the best, and two, his rollout for his album. I think Drake the only person that won't drop this. That's probably not dropping this year because he's dropped the past 3-4 years straight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He needed to take a break. He needed to
I
sit down.
That's what he wanted to do when he came off tour, but niggas, you know, niggas started shooting at him. So he's like, I gotta load the clip and I gotta fire back. So
Fair
yeah, man.
enough. Fair enough. That's one thing I will say about Drake. He always retaliates.
You know, he not about duck. He don't duck smoke. He don't duck smoke. Drake
I
never
give
smoke.
I
Like,
give I give him that for sure.
and
And I'm
he got jumped. Future, Metro, even Ye tried to throw his. Ye was being corny. I'm like, Ye, all right, bro. And Ye actually, Ye's my favorite artist ever. It's Ye, Drake, and Missy. Those are my 3 favorite artists, like, of all time. But
got you.
even Ye,
Classic.
I'm like, Ye, bro, you being corny now, bro. Like, and
Yeah,
Ye,
yeah, yeah.
God, that's my favorite artist, like, ever. Ain't nobody better than Ye as far as artistry in my eyes. But yeah, you know, it's Drake got jumped. Future, Metro, Ye, um,
Ross.
Ross,
Ross is in the
Drake,
building.
like everybody jumped Drake, like literally, and he's still standing, still held his own. So to that, I gotta give it to the boy.
I feel you. Yeah, I commend his endurance for sure.
Wait,
Um,
different.
but I guess uh, to wrap things up, what can we expect from Jiggy Jones and Creative Clout moving forward?
Nah, definitely, bro. Yeah, first and foremost, thanks for having me again. Right now, Creative Convos podcast, y'all. Creative Convos podcast on Creative Clout, dropping an episode every single Tuesday this month at 3 p.m. Eastern. I got an episode dropping with my guy KB Mike from Chicago. He signed to Republic Records. That's gonna be a funny ass interview. Make sure y'all tapped into that. After that, we got a couple more interviews dropping for the rest of this month. Summer's coming. You know, it's award season. BT Awards coming up. Essence is coming up. Roots Picnic is coming up. So they definitely gonna, you know, see me in a lot of those spaces as well. So make sure you tap in, follow Jiggy Jones, JIGGY JONES, 2 underscores. Don't forget the underscores on IG and Twitter. KreativeClout, KREATIVE, Clout, CLOUT, at KreativeClout, and then Creative Convos. If you Google Creative Convos, you'll find it on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, all audio and streaming platforms that you can find it on. It's gonna be a lot of great interviews this year, a lot of content, more content coming. And yeah, the platform's definitely getting bigger, bro. So the guest is gonna be more amazing. And yeah, you know, I definitely appreciate you for having me on here. I feel like I don't do these enough as far as talk to my peers and my contemporaries just about the state of the culture, or just talk about each other's journeys as well, you know. Like I feel like I don't do that enough, and I feel like, you know, I appreciate you for inviting me on, because we definitely need to do this more for sure.
Of course. I mean, that's what the Black Journalist is about. The BJC, at the Black Journalist, at the BLK Journalist. You know, that's what we're about. Just fellowship. You know, coming together, getting acquainted, collaborating, synergy. You know, I feel like that was one thing that was missing, or I perceive was like a gaping hole in the Black journalist community, just like a central hub. I mean, we have NABJ, shout out to them, but
Yeah, that's national.
yeah,
Yeah, you know they.
and that, you know, just something a little bit more intimate
Mm.
for, you know, Gen Z / millennial Black journalists in particular. Shout out to everyone who's paved the way for us, but you know, it's just a different landscape. It's a different time right now. So
For sure, for sure. Are you tapped in with Ford Black?
uh, I'm familiar. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would, you know, I would recommend, you know, just applying for that as well. You know, I got my membership last year. And Jocelyn, who runs the kind of like the New York chapter, you know, she hella cool. She mad cool. She's doing a lot of events, you know, around the city. So yeah, definitely, you know, definitely tap in with her. But bro, JaJuan, I appreciate you, bro. You know, shout out to you. Big shout out to JaJuan Malachi, one of the biggest, dopest journalists in the game. He doing his thing. Blavity, staff writer, the Black journalist, you know, is definitely going down. It's gonna be a dope year, bro. You about to have a major successful year. It's gonna be an abundant year, bro. I promise. It's gonna go crazy for
Thank you.
sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I actually wrote something down for you, so
Oh damn.
I'll go ahead.
Say
Yeah, yeah. I've gotta give you your flowers. Like, I feel like since day one, you've been nothing but positive, and an inspiration to me in particular. And I gotta just say your drive is remarkable. So, you know, thank you for just setting up the blueprint. And you know, these are just my genuine sentiments, for sure.
That's love, bro. That's love for real, for real. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. That's what we do it for. Ultimately, to inspire, you know, to inspire and build community. That's it. That's what I do it for. To inspire and build community, and anything that I could do to try to help out, or just, you know, just pull up, or support anyway. You already know. Just holler at me.
Fire, fire, fire.
Yes,
All right, fam. Well, thank you again.
for
Um,
sure.
this been on the phone for like over an hour.
Kimi,
Crazy.
what you doing here? But big shout out to Kimi, the homie in here. Um, Kimi, another dope ass journalist in the game. Shout out to Dot.
Tap in. I'm gonna tap in with Kimi.
Yeah, Kimi, dope. You know, but it's a lot of great people in this shit, bro. It's a lot of great people in this shit, especially, you know, in New York being the biggest media market. It's a lot of great dope people that's actually doing the real work. And once you tap in with them, like you definitely going, you know, it just gives extra inspiration for real, for real. Inspire you to do more. So yeah, big shout out to everybody doing their thing. Shout out to all my media folks, and big shout out to JaJuan Malachi for having me on the check-in.
Yes, sir. Big shout out to Jiggy Jones. Jiggy Jones, JaJuan Malachi, the Black journalist. Over and out.
Yes, sir.
Peace and love.
Peace and love, y'all.